Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in Foley Square, the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Well, we're into jury deliberations in U.S. versus Neil Cole of Iconics, so we may have a verdict as early as today. And there are at least two new trials starting up. One involves a series of armed robberies in the Bronx and a man who has a bifurcated fourth count for felon in possession, after the verdict is rendered on the first third. The other one's a doctor involved in a trip and fall scam. But we're going to go bigger picture now. I think it was on Friday or on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was filed, and Friday we reported it. Victims of Jeffrey Epstein, a noted global pedophile, along with Ghislaine Maxwell, supported by the United Nations, as it turns out, through Antonio Guterres and the Terramar Foundation, filed suit here in the Southern District against JPM Chase and Deutsche Bank. We wrote the story. We put up one of the complaints. You can find it on Inner City Press. Also, Kevin Spacey, who managed to fend off Anthony Rapp in a Me Too case, now wants $65,000. Rapp says 0 or 7. We wrote that story as well. Big picture, non-World Cup yet. In China, a weekend surprising protests against COVID lockdowns and also Xi Jinping and the CCP. Ironically, or not ironically, nothing from the UN. The UN has said nothing. You know why? Because Antonio Guterres has been purchased by China. The China Energy Fund Committee bidding on the oil company of the Gulbenkian Foundation, which paid Guterres. But also, there's a variety of things. The U.S. has been very kind of mealy-mouthed about it. But this is a major development in world politics. Now, at the World Cup, we've been reporting on it. Obviously, it's a big sporting event, but it also, not only is Qatar's record horrible, having killed 7,000 migrant workers and supported various terrorist groups, frankly, but also it's given rise to a big debate about human rights. Of course, the UN hasn't joined the debate. They've been totally silent. But there have been a lot of pushback, people saying it's unfair. Well, we criticize China, we criticize Russia, whatever. But we've started a piece called World Cup of Blood, and it involves Qatar at the United Nations, including their role in the so-called digitization project, in which they sought to preserve, or was it destroy, certain documents after Superstorm Sandy. Check it out on Inner City Press and Patreon. To be continued.